is you can hear static, because I've told them really, but you can hear static, and yeah.
Quite commonly we deliver work for young people, and we had a hunch that the art would be better, and politically it's better, but the art would be better, the play would be better if young people were part of that process, partly a process of listening, but also an opportunity for us to get inside the imaginations of the group that we're working with and the young perspective. And so that was the question. Firstly, how do you write a play that feels credible and authentic to the young imagination? And how do you create a process that helps that happen?
It's easy to look at a young person's life and see it as non-dramatic and see a lot of the things that happen to them as inconsequential.
First time I'd ever met my sister was like when I was...
We tend to use physical spaces a lot, and digital spaces as a space that enables artists and young people to share a space and to share ideas and to share what makes them tick is, I think we just, to mix my metaphors, scratching the tip of the iceberg. All the children in this theatre piece are the children of people. It enhances the work and a group dynamic so much and allows interaction and creative thinking that you would, I feel, well, I personally would never get if I was just working in a room from 10 till 5 with a group of young people. And what's the situation with the photograph?
My brother's on that side and I'm on that side.
I'm very aware that sometimes we can ask a question of a young person when really we know the answer, or we think we know the answer. And sometimes it's very easy to hear a young person respond to that question and hear what we actually already know. And I've learned to listen more and listen very carefully. And I know that Kelly shares that.
The next one is another one we have in common. Stomach. And I'm going to be me. Yeah? That's strange.
And what we're doing here in the space, our digital space, is that we're sharing with the group what we're learning ourselves as people and as artists during this process.
The noise of the rat that emerge to turn into a shadow following people. You can hear this kind of turtle noise. That's a turtle. So yeah, this is the ramblings of a man.
When you actually get to ask them and they say yes, and it's that indescribable feeling of happiness.
She's told my mum and dad he's 17. There's no way he's 17.
What are you going to do?
About what? Going away! I don't have much choice in the matter.
I think what's great about what we've done is that it's enabled different kinds of conversations. It's enabled a creative conversation between me and Kelly. Mm-hmm. So we've been able to discuss things and challenge things in our own practice like we've never done before. And then it's allowed us a wider conversation with Action Transport and have the support. But not only that, the opportunity to reflect on what you do and also it's about a wider conversation, which is what today is about. A conversation with other practitioners and other people who've seen the work, who are bringing... I learnt 2 things today that I didn't know 2 hours ago.
Whereas that diagram and the way that the website looked, the structure of thought is quite scattergun, and that feels like me a really exciting structure for a narrative.
Yes.
Now, we kind of bring our own work to something like this, and you're always setting it against, and you're kind of going, sure, I'd do that, and then you're also going, oh, I'd never thought of doing that. Perhaps I should. So I think it's always a kind of a dialogue between your previous experience and the new experience you're being given.
Life choices, choice of friends, sense of humour. I was sitting downstairs, reading a book, listening to my music. He's the person that, with his mates, he'd sit in a corner and have a quiet